Todd Chrisley and his estranged daughter Lindsie are currently engaged in a bit of back and forth via podcasts as of late. As both Todd and his daughter Lindsie have confirmed, the duo have not spoken in a very long time. Lindsie Chrisley previously told fans on her Instagram, "It's been over 7 years since she spoke to her father on the phone." Lindsie, however, made it clear during the most recent episode of her Coffee Convos podcast that she does have her father's phone number and he has hers. So the lines of communication are open. They just don't use them. Unfortunately, Lindsie Chrisley also revealed during her podcast episode this week that she suspected her attorneys and the attorneys of her father would do a lot of communicating over the last few weeks. With the drama surrounding her father and her alleged best friend Katie Joy, and his upcoming trial regarding the tax evasion charges against him, this makes sense. Turns out, Lindsie Chrisley couldn't follow her father to see what he was up to if she wanted to. Why? Well, according to her, Todd has her blocked on Instagram, so she's unable to see what he's posting on his account. Given that Todd Chrisley has a very public profile, Lindsie could see what he's posting if she simply logged out of her Instagram. But some followers of the Chrisley Knows Best family find it interesting that Todd has her blocked and not the other way around. Todd Chrisley has been very vocal on his podcast that he will always love his daughter. Likewise, he doesn't understand how things got to where they are or why she hates him. But the door is always open, and he would come running if she needed his help with someone. Some fans point out that this certainly doesn't sound like the same man who would go out of his way to block his daughter on social media. This back and forth banter has been going on since Katie Joy of Without a Crystal Ball suggested Lindsie Chrisley had nothing to do with the current tax evasion charges against Todd and Julie Chrisley. Lindsie Chrisley's world has once again collided with the drama-filled energy of her father, Todd Chrisley, this time not on television, but on social media. In a twist that fans didn't see coming, Lindsie revealed that her father has blocked her on Instagram, reigniting conversations about their strained relationship, years of public feuds, and the quiet hope that still lingers for reconciliation. What unfolds here isn't just another celebrity family fallout. It's a reflection of complicated love, old wounds, and the strange modern heartbreak that comes when family ties are severed with a digital tap. A virtual wall between father and daughter. When Lindsie first noticed her father's Instagram profile missing from her feed, it wasn't the algorithm playing tricks, it was Todd himself. The decision to block his eldest daughter speaks volumes about their emotional distance. Social media has always been a battlefield for the Chrisleys, part stage, part confessional, and this silent action became a loud statement. Todd, known for his strong opinions and zero-tolerance attitude, has often taken dramatic measures when it comes to his relationships. Blocking Lindsie isn't just about restricting access. It's symbolic. It means shutting a door that millions of fans once thought might still reopen someday. Lindsie, on the other hand, didn't lash out or post cryptic messages. Instead, she spoke about it with a mix of resignation and emotional clarity, as if accepting that her father's virtual absence mirrors the distance that's long existed between them. Family drama that never fades away. The Chrisley family has never been strangers to headlines. From reality show glory to courtroom chaos, they've lived their lives under scrutiny. For Lindsie, that public spotlight has often been a source of pain rather than fame. Her relationship with Todd and Julie deteriorated years ago, with rumors of betrayal, manipulation, and personal attacks filling the tabloids. While she once appeared as a recurring presence on Chrisley Knows Best, her sudden disappearance from the show marked the beginning of a painful divide. Through podcasts and interviews, Lindsie hinted at emotional wounds, the kind that can't be seen on television. There were allegations, misunderstandings, and the feeling that she had been cast out of her own family's narrative. The recent Instagram block is merely the latest chapter in a saga of estrangement that seems to have no clear resolution. Yet, what makes this revelation compelling is not the drama itself, but the quiet sadness beneath it. A daughter trying to move on, and a father seemingly unwilling to look back. Life after the show. In the years since she distanced herself from the Chrisley brand, Lindsie has built her own identity. She's become a podcaster, mother, and independent voice in the lifestyle space. Her show has offered glimpses into her healing journey, filled with self-reflection, boundaries, and finding peace beyond. The public perception of the rebel daughter. Unlike her father's polished public persona, Lindsie's tone has always been more vulnerable, more human. She has often emphasized personal growth and mental health, themes that stand in sharp contrast to the glamorous, high-control world the Chrisleys presented on TV. The irony isn't lost on fans. While Todd built an empire around family values, Lindsie seems to be the one living them quietly, away from the cameras. Still, even in her new chapter, Todd's shadow looms large. Every post, every podcast episode that brushes close to family topics tends to stir up speculation. Has she spoken to her father? Will she attend family events again? Could there ever be forgiveness? Todd's side of the story, or the silence of Todd Chrisley, even amid personal and legal turmoil, remains fiercely protective of his image. His social media pages often reflect positivity, faith, and gratitude, masking the cracks that fans know exist beneath the surface. Blocking Lindsie may have been an impulsive act or a boundary he felt necessary. Either way, the silence is deafening. To some, it's Todd's way of maintaining control. To others, it's an emotional defense, a way to preserve his peace without confrontation. His loyal followers often comment that Todd's social media choices are his right, but they can't deny that it adds another layer of sadness to an already fractured relationship. The man who preached about family unity and forgiveness has drawn a digital curtain between himself and his own daughter. Public reactions. Fans take sides. Again, when Lindsie's revelation surfaced, the internet reacted immediately. Longtime fans of Chrisley Knows best flooded comment sections with opinions. Some sided with Lindsie, praising her courage and independence. Others defended Todd, insisting that parents sometimes need to step away from toxic dynamics to heal. The polarization is nothing new for the Chrisleys. Their story has always been a mirror, reflecting the imperfections and contradictions that most families hide behind closed doors. Yet this specific incident struck a chord because of how relatable it felt. In an age where social media defines connections, being blocked by a family member carries emotional weight. It's the modern equivalent of dissownment, quiet, efficient, and devastating. The emotional toll of estrangement behind the celebrity gloss and online chatter lies a very real pain. Family estrangement leaves invisible scars. For Lindsie, who has openly discussed her struggles with anxiety and the need to protect her peace, this digital divide likely cuts deeper than she admits. The human heart doesn't measure distance in miles, but in absence. The absence of calls, of messages, of acknowledgement. Todd's block might be a click for him, but for Lindsie, it's another confirmation that reconciliation may not be around the corner. It also echoes a larger truth about fractured families. Sometimes, the hardest part isn't the fight itself, but the silence that follows. Healing on her own terms despite everything, Lindsie continues to radiate resilience. Her online presence has shifted from reactive to reflective. She shares moments of gratitude, motherhood, and lessons in self-discovery. Instead of retaliating, she channels her energy into building a healthier narrative for herself, one that isn't defined by estrangement or controversy. Her focus on emotional maturity and self-respect has resonated with women who've experienced similar familial breakups. In a way, Todd's absence has become a catalyst for her independence. She no longer seeks validation from the father figure who once dominated her world. Instead, she's building her own. Todd's world, in contrast, meanwhile, Todd's reality has grown more complicated. His time in prison, his ongoing legal battles, and his role as a public figure under scrutiny have shifted his priorities. Blocking Lindsie could be his way of simplifying a world that already feels out of control. His other children, particularly Savannah and Chase, have stayed loyal, supporting him publicly. The divide between them and Lindsie has widened, but it's also made each of them more defined in their individual paths. Todd's faith remains his compass, and perhaps in his mind, forgiveness doesn't require visibility. Maybe he believes in loving her from afar, without the noise of comments or the glare of judgment. A broken connection, but not a broken hope. Even in the midst of hurt, there's still a quiet thread that connects them. Fans often speculate that, in time, Todd and Lindsie might find their way back to each other. After all, blood ties are complicated, and in the Chrisley family, love has always been entangled with pride.